Welcome to Longevity Lifestyle Designers. This is Gavin here with secretsoflongevity.com. I'm going to make a great elixir today with various herbs and things to specifically address eye issues. So I've talked about eye health in a recent video, which I'll link to over here. It was a pretty popular video and it's still going strong. And there's a number of key things I'll talk about that are important to have in a drink if you're wanting to sort of make a daily recipe to address eye issues, to make sure you're getting a lot of those nutrients that are specific for eye health. And I think it's going to be pretty good. It's a bit of funny lighting right now because the power's off and I actually need the power to come back on at some point in the next period of time that I'm shooting this, because we need to blend it. So hopefully by the end of this the power will be back on. It's been off for like an hour. We have a huge ice storm happening in Guelph right now. There's a centimeter or more of ice on trees and it's just plain old miserable. I'm not sure why this is still happening. I thought it was spring, but this is just what's being thrown at us. So to start off, I have some tea I already made. It's nettle leaf tea, and it's great because it's very anti-inflammatory. A lot of eye issues, not specifically problems with vision, but problems with irritated eyes, dry eyes, and things like that, are caused from inflammation. So we're just adding 2.5 cups of tea so that gives us a good base to work with. Then next up, right off the bat, we're going to add yogurt. This is some raw yogurt. Ideally you want it unhomogenized. That's the number one thing you need to go for. The next best thing is to get grass-fed, and if you can get unhomogenized, grass-fed, and raw, that's amazing. So we're just going to dump a bunch in here. I'm not really looking too specific on quantities. Maybe half a cup. Maybe that's closer to a cup because it's up to 3.5 cups now. And that's just to help make this a full meal, that we feel full after drinking this, and make it very nourishing. Next up, we're throwing some frozen blueberries in here. This is going to be great because blueberries are well known to be wonderful for the eyes. A lot of great antioxidants, anthocyanins, which are very specific for night vision. It was bilberries specifically were used by World War II fighter pilots to give them better night vision. Same antioxidants are in blueberries, not in quite as high a quantity, but bilberries are in the same family as blueberries, I believe, so they definitely do contain those. I'm going to put about half this bag total. These are really good blueberries, very sweet. I prefer wild blueberries. These are obviously, because of their size, you can tell they're cultivated variety, but they're still great. Next up, we're going to throw some lucuma in there. It's a really great powdered fruit. It really gives any kind of drink or anything a very smooth, creamy texture, so it will go really well with the yogurt. Add some sweetness without having to add an actual sweetener, although we are going to add a bit of maple syrup in a moment. And it's also very, almost like butterscotch. So we just added about 3 tablespoons of that. Next we'll add this maple syrup. I don't have a whole lot left. So it's good that we had the lucuma just to help draw that sweetness out. The blueberries are pretty sweet, so I think overall this drink will be an excellent level in terms of its sweetness. But just to round it out even a little more, we're going to add some stevia, some green leaf powdered stevia. Literally like a 1/4 teaspoon, if not a little bit less, an 1/8 teaspoon. You can always add more after this, you shouldn't overdo it. But that should be good on the sweetness level, because we're also going to add some bee pollen. So a lot of yellow foods are great for the eyes. They have a lot of, not only vitamin E, but a lot of carotenoids. And carotenoids, once again, we know are great for the eyes. That's why carrots are known for being good for the eyes. They will contain some lutein as well, which is a type of carotenoid. Just adding one, I guess that's a teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon, you don't need more than that. I've overdone bee pollen in the past. And you kind of just, because there's a lot of B vitamins, you're just basically urinating those out, so it's kind of a waste. You don't really need more than 1 to 2 teaspoons a day. Some people even say half a teaspoon a day is plenty. This is some fresh bee pollen, very hard to find. So I keep it frozen. It doesn't have that dehydrated kind of gross texture. It's almost like melt on your tongue good. So if you ever have an opportunity to get some fresh and frozen, it's well worth it. We're going to add a pinch of salt, or forget about that. A pinch is a pinch. I can't give a specific measurement for it, of course. We're also going to add just a small bunch of spinach, and that's just to get some magnesium in there and minerals, but there's also going to be a lot of good beta-carotenes and other carotenoids. And our body stores up carotenoids, so it doesn't harm it to get tons of them in. And if we have bad vision, it's likely that we're deficient in carotenoids, because carotenoids do play such a key role in eye health. And 3 very key herbs we're adding, which is the final touch to this, is an extract of goji berries, a schizandra berry extract, and extract of hushubu. By the way, a lot of these things I'm talking about you can find in the links below. This is from Longevity Power Inc., great company that I've just started using some of their products. This is a 12-to-1 extract with at least 20% polysaccharide content. It's also much lower in sugar than actual goji berries. Not that I'm too concerned about sugar, considering I'm adding maple syrup and stuff like that to this, but we're going to add half a teaspoon of this total, which is about half of this spoonful here. And goji berries are the preeminent vision superfood, herb, overall food, whatever you want to call it. It is very high in lutein, one of the top key nutrients for eye health. It's also extremely high in zeaxanthin, which is, you want to have those in good combination. I often take a supplement for those in combination, zeaxanthin and lutein. It's often found in marigold flowers, so you can always eat marigold flowers as well. But goji berry is something I wanted to start taking more regularly to be able to get that in so that I don't have to take the supplement. And there's a whole host of other benefits from goji berry, as you probably heard me talk about before. If not, you've heard in the health community at large. Definitely very high up there in the top 5 herbs/superfoods in the world, in my opinion. Great for longevity, increases human growth hormone production, extremely good for boosting liver health, and that's why it's also often frequently paired with organic schizandra. Schizandra is the preeminent liver detoxifier, and in Chinese medicine, liver health equals good eye health. It's going to really help tone the eyes, and this is a very fresh extract. You saw me talk about it in a recent video. I sampled it and showed it to you on camera. I'll do that again just so you can see how rich and red and vibrant it looks. So there you can see it. It's like bright pinkish red. I'll show you my reaction. It's very sour. It's called the 5 flavor fruit for a reason. It's got a salty and bitter aspect to it as well. I don't personally taste the sweetness all that much, but it does have the tendency to work on the entire body in terms of tonifying all the different organ systems. So we're going to add literally just a 1/4 teaspoon, if not half teaspoon of this, because it's so strong. You don't want to overpower the overall flavor of the drink. But the combination of the goji berries, schizandra berries, and blueberries I think is going to be wonderful. And having that creaminess in there to really sort of soften the harshness that berries can sometimes have just in their intensity is going to be very delicious, I think. And last but not least, we're going to add some hushubu, another great liver herb. So overall, this whole drink is going to be great for liver, from the spinach to the berries to the hushubu. And that's also giving a lot of zinc, copper, and other minerals that a lot of people are deficient in, which when you boost overall health and you get the minerals you need, you're going to have improvements in things like vision regardless. So I hope the power comes on, because it's still not on yet. I might have to put this in the fridge in case it takes a little while longer, but it's looking good. I haven't had breakfast. This was supposed to be my breakfast, but now I'm meant to wait it out. I guess the weather doesn't actually give us any indication whether the power's coming back on anytime soon. It does seem to be slowing down with the downpour of the freezing rain, but yeah, I guess there's some power lines down. So here we are. I've come over to my parents' house to finish up this blending, because my neighborhood, the power is out, and it's still out, and it's been out for hours, which sucks because I'm ravenous. So I'm just going to turn this right on. You saw me do all the ingredients. Here we go. There we have it. It's looking quite brown. Doesn't have that nice purplish blue color that the blueberries I thought might have given it. But we're going to pour it and we're going to see what it tastes like. It actually is a little bit purplish. It's got kind of a yellow head. It's kind of a neat combination of colors. That turned out really good, actually. You can definitely taste the spinach, which is a little odd, so if you don't like spinach... I keep looking at the camera screen there because I'm not used to holding it so close to my face. But yeah, leave that out, or leave any other ingredients you don't want out. And however you set it up, it's going to turn out to be very good for the eyes. Lots of carotenoids. It's going to also be good for the skin. It'll give you a nice, healthy glow. Not many people realize this, but our body is meant to mostly use vitamin A in its final form, which is retinol, which is found mostly in animal foods. that doesn't mean carotenoids, meaning beta-carotene and a whole host of other carotenoids, aren't good for us. Our body actually has a limited ability to convert them to the final form, like I mentioned, and so it stores it in our tissues. It stores it in our skin, in our eyes. That's why we need to consume it for eye health, and it helps protect those areas. So what has actually been shown scientifically is that when there was a study done looking at the 3 different pallors of people, whether it was very pale, very tanned, or what's known as sort of like a slight orange tinge from carotenoids that one gets when one has an abundance of them in one's diet, people preferred the carotenoid colored skin. I'm not talking Jersey Shore or fake tan orange, we're just talking about like a healthy glow that comes about from consuming a lot of foods rich in lutein, carotenoids, and all these other things. Like, it's common to see people who eat a lot of tomato sauce, meaning Italian, and these other areas of the world where they consume a lot of that, they have a good healthy glow from the carotenoids. So let me know if you made this drink. Check out the links below for some of the companies that make those herbs, especially the organic Schizandra, as well as the Longevity Power goji berry extract. Those are the staples in this drink. I wouldn't make it without those, actually. Yeah, I'm going to probably guzzle this very fast. It's really good. It's very light from the yogurt. It gives like a light flavor. Not too sweet, but also has that sour side to it. And if you heard that jangling around here, I've got my grandparents' dog that's staying at my parents' house for a little bit. Biscuit, come here! I'll show you guys to her. I'll go over to where she is so you can meet her. I think I might have shown her right before in a vlog if you've ever seen that. You want to say hi to everyone online? You being shy? What do you have to say? It's a bright light, I know. Biscuit, look here. Look up. You don't want to look at everyone. She's very old. Well, not that old. She's like 11 or 12, but she's a Shih Tzu. And she's used to having more people around during the day. My parents work, whereas my grandparents are retired. So like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And with that, I'll talk to you next time. Take care and embrace life without limits.